We've had the playoffs the last couple of weeks with less players and no cuts and all that. We're going to have the same thing. And it's all going to be, obviously, as you guys know, everybody starts at a different point in terms of where they're at, So it's going to be an interesting one. And I think the name of the game is going to be to try to get different. And that's the only way that I can come up with to try to really have some edge here, because it's very
well. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
Golf in general, like when they have like 150 golfers, like there's like almost impossible to have any dupe lineups. Like you're unique every freaking lineup. If you want to know the truth,
right?
And I wonder about 30 lineups. Maybe it's not even that bad. You know what I mean? Like it's not like maybe you don't have to be that crazy. I don't know I really don't know the answer. I wish I had looked at last year's slate.
Like who won?
Maybe I'll do that at some point. And see what won, see how many dupes there were, see whatever. Because 30, it's not like it's. Listen, I'm used to playing LOL with like 10 different players to choose from. You know what I mean? Like it's not. This is 30. It's not that off the wall. But the question is, I mean, you're giving freaking Scheffler like a 3-stroke lead, and he's like the best golfer, and he's like gonna win. You know what I mean? Like
he didn't win last year when he had a 6-stroke lead. Rory started 6 strokes back on Sunday.
I know. I mean, how do you? You tell me. How do you not have 100% Scheffler? You show me how to do it.
So I'm not. I actually would be taking the stance of fading Scheffler and hoping to win. And if he does win, there's no guarantee that he's in the winning lineup. Remember, the points you get for first are not that as different from the points you get from second. So if you build a lineup that ended up with the second, fourth, fifth, and seventh guy with the highest scoring value play, you're still going to outscore the Scheffler lineups, I think.
All right.
So my thing would be, just because of ownership, to try not to play Rory and Scheffler. I would love Rory here. I would love Scheffler here. It's just I want to try to do things a little bit different. I think if you drop down to even Hovland will have some ownership. It'll be significantly less than those guys. He's a little bit cheaper. And then Rahm is going to have less ownership and is also significantly cheaper. And he's only 4 strokes back to start. I know he hasn't looked good the last couple of weeks. So I'd be trying to make a core out of like Hovland, Rahm, Homa, who's going to be unowned. He's the one guy.
Do you think you have to intentionally leave money on the table or no?
I think you should try to. I think especially in the lottery, I would try to leave like 400 or 500 on the table or something like that. And I think because you're going to have every golfer projected to be in double-digit ownership is going to make it really tough. And honestly, the guys at the bottom are going to be, outside of Scheffler, the guys at the cheapest players are going to be the ones who are most popular. So people can get 2 of the top guys in. That's what.
Like Taylor's got it. I mean, like he's a flat 5K.
Right. So
I have him less owned than Straka. I have Straka at 25%.
Yeah, I mean, but they're all going to be pretty. I mean, Straka, you have 25. I mean, what do you have Taylor at?
Because at 19 and a half.
Yeah, Saberson has him at 35.
Oh shit.
So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, like no, but I mean, I trust yours actually, but like.
No, not really. Not for this thing.
But I think that's sort of the general strategy you look for, is to try to come up, or you can do something different and take a bunch of the -4 guys. Hopefully you get the right 2 and sort of stick in that range, in that 9K range with your builds. But I think you still mostly want to get up to one of the guys who are -6 or better, because they have the best chance of winning, obviously. So I would be trying to use Rahm or Hovland or Homa or Cantlay or Xander as one of those guys for me, just because they're going to be lower owned and it's not the way people are going to build. And I would do that and maybe I wouldn't leave it enough to get up to Scheffler, but leaving 500 to 700 on the table, I think would be a good range to be in. In terms of who I actually like, because we can't really play our normal game. It's too confusing with the pricing and everything.
We could do a Saberson build if that'll help.
Yeah, let's see what Saberson says. But I'm curious. But I'll throw out just real quickly the guys. So I'll be heaviest in the top range. It's because of ownership. It'll be Hovland, Rahm, Homa would be my favorites, just because of, again, the ownership. And then in the 9K range, my favorites will be Wyndham Clark and Tommy Fleetwood. In the 8K range, my favorites are going to be Keegan Bradley and Tom Kim. Keegan Bradley, Tom Kim, and Morikawa. And then down at the bottom, down once you get under 7K, Terrell Hatton, but he's going to be popular. I mean, they're all going to be popular down at this range. I like Terrell Hatton, Taylor Moore, and Sam Burns as my favorite. So those are my pool of players that I'm mostly trying to go with.
Well,
let's see what Sabersim comes up with.
Let's do a Sabersim build and see what we come up with here. Are my projections are the same as here? No, true DFS. Hold on, let me just see something. No, because I did sheets for this. Let me just see where it is. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Okay. I am going to predict, I mean, just for the hell of it, I'll predict, I don't even know. So wait, where am I supposed to go here? This. I have everything ready to go. Reset build or build? No, just build, right? Build lineups. Oh, no, we got to go to settings. Sorry, settings. We'll go 50 lineups, and let's just see what we get. Build lineups. All right.
So yeah, I'm curious. I'm actually very curious what they come up with and how much they leave on the table too.
I would imagine. I don't know. I'm going to say 100% Scheffler. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Well, Scheffler's highest. Let's see how much. Yeah, 100% Scheffler.
Okay.
And then 50% Morikawa, 50% Straka, Hatton. It doesn't look like money's being left on the table necessarily. I mean, but this could be one of those things, Bobby, where like we said, we do this. We try to simulate the contest and stuff. So wait, let's see what this is. Now, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, we just did like an hour with Jordan from SaberSim, where we went over these new ways to use SaberSim. So let's save the settings. Let's run on kind of like a lower own like contest simulation, where it's going to like predict like who the field picks and then try to do max ownership fade. And let me just see if we do that. If that makes much of a difference. Not really. So they just really no. One other thing we could do, we could rank them by projected ROI, which was different, right? We're just learning here. Yeah. So once again, I'm not exactly prepared. Oh, another PGA ROI. Let's see. There you go. So now you get a couple other guys. Yeah, now only 78% Scheffler. Okay, so what this is, so what we're learning is that what a surprise! The more different you want to get, the less Scheffler you should play. Woohoo! That's the value added that you're getting from me today. That's pretty strong news. Getting a whole bunch of Sam Burns in this one. And the Adam Shank, Straka, these guys are going to be owned, obviously. But yeah, I mean, listen, if you play one lineup, Bobby, you probably should not play Scheffler. You know what I mean? Like, that's definite. You know, if you play like 150, I think you just have to play some. You know what I mean? Like, but if you're playing one, I agree with. I wouldn't play him. You just toss him. You know what I would do? Just like just pull up the lineups here that do not have Scheffler in them, and just play one of these. You know what I mean? Like this one has Rahm, Hovland. Oh, Grillo. You gotta have Grillo. How can you not have Grillo? I mean, like, gotta have Grillo. Who knows? Yeah. Basically, any lineup without Scheffler is different. And listen, the fact of the matter is, he freaking choked last year, right? So I don't know.
I don't know if he would. I would go so far as to say he choked. He actually played pretty well, but like people, I mean, it's you know, a 3-stroke lead is or a 2-stroke lead is not like a, you know, for 4 days. It's not like some sort of insurmountable lead.
No, but when you're already the best golfer, it's kind of hard. You know, it's
but yeah, you're the best relatively. You only never win anymore. Like he's the best because he top fives everything these days. He, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean he has to win it. That's my point. Is that, and even if he does win it, I think he could still, you know, not be on the winning lineup. I think there is a chance for that.
He definitely. All right, so you know what? We're gonna have some fun. This is what we're gonna do. Okay. We're each gonna pick a guy we're gonna pick 2 guys. No, 1 guy to win the tournament that is not named Scotty Scheffler. Okay, that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna pick the guy. Ready for this? Let's pick the guy who's going to increase his place like the most. You know what I mean? Let's pick the guy if he's starting in 12th and he gets like 7th. You know what I mean? Like, so you really can't pick the number 2 guy because he can only go up 1. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you got to pick it's like NASCAR. You got to pick a place differential play. So let's pick a guy. We'll each pick a guy that's not named Scheffler win the tournament, and we'll each pick a guy to have the most amount of places. Now, where is that information? Like how many?
So I've got the PGA Tour leaderboard here with the odds and the stuff. If you want me to share my thing.
Yeah, hold on. Let me take this off. Yeah, share your screen here. We're gonna turn something good in this. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So this is the odds and then or you can sort by starting position or whatever. But you can see Scheffler's plus 140. My favorite picks would be if I look for straight betting. I think John Rahm at 8-1 is reasonable. But I actually he really hasn't looked good. I'm not going to let that overly worry me. This is a big one. He'll come to play, and I think he could turn it around in no time. I like that if I was going to be betting an outright winner, but I do think Hovland is the guy I would pick as the most realistic chance to win. That's not named Scotty Scheffler, and I know he's second. You know, he's the number two guy. I mean,
Cantley's just not making up 6 strokes, so it's really between these other 2 guys, the other 3 guys, right? I mean, it's between Rahm for that contest. It's got to be between Rahm, Hovland, and the other one. And Rory,
I mean,
right?
what is it? 2 out of the last 4 years, or 2 out of the last 5 years, the players have come back from 6 or more strokes back.
Yeah, but it's not just that Cantley's got to make up 6 strokes. He's got to also beat those other 3 guys.
No, but it's just the same thing was true for all the other guys who did it too.
Oh gosh,
it's no different. Look, so and then you get into like so many of the weirdness with the odds and everything. But I'm going to take as my guy Victor Hovland, but you're welcome to take something.
I know what we're gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna find freaking something to bet on. So let me unshare your screen. Let me share my screen again.
Okay, done.
All right. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into golf and we're gonna find some degenerate prop that we're gonna play here. So let's just see. So this is top 5, including starting strokes. So this is something you could do, right? Top 10, including because what we're trying to accomplish here is figure out some way to bet Tommy Fleetwood. All right. So let's just see. What's the best Tommy Fleetwood thing we could do? Like I'm not betting him to win at 50-1. He's just not winning. But 5-1, like top 5. They're only giving you 5-1. The lesson here is that you want to be like DraftKings.
Well, he starts off T11 and he top 5s most events anyway. So it's not like he's going to be.
No, but that's with the strokes.
Right. That I'm factoring that in that if he's starting at the same place.
How about this winner without starting strokes? You could bet on that.
Oh, I kind of like that idea.
Okay, so here we go. Okay, winner without starting strokes. Now we can bet on some dudes. All right. You can get Fleetwood at 25-1 if you want it.
I kind of like that actually.
All right, so
that's so he's 50-1 to win, but 25-1 on this thing. That's obviously good value.
25-1 on him. That's for sure clear. And I'm gonna come up with one other. Yeah, Homer's just a little light.
What about like Sam Burns or Terrell Hatton, who could just fire off of like just really, and then they're gonna have
Sam Burns. That would be so sick if we could pull that off.
Hey, he had the craziest round ever the other day.
He did. How about just one of these dudes to win it's basically to win a 30-person tournament.
Yeah, and the cool part is that it's not like the other guys are going to try and keep up at the very top. You know what I mean? The guys who are already 5 strokes, 6 strokes ahead. So you really actually get a little bit of an edge on that even, because the odds of the winner shooting the best score for the 4 days, I still think are not necessarily even.
You know who's not bad? Maybe like Morikawa 28-1.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
All right, we're in. We're going to go
That sounds good to me.
Morikawa. We're going to go 50 on Fleetwood. We'll go 50 on Morikawa. We'll split them.
Okay. If there was going to be one more, it would have been the I already owe you 50 from the other one. It would have been the other guy I was going to throw out there as well. My two sneaky guys, and this is not for that game, but for actually in the regular tournament. I actually think that Wyndham Clark is the kind of guy who actually could shoot it. Like he could get hot enough and actually be contending. He's 4 under to start. And then I think for this game that you're playing, can you just tell me what the odds are on Jordan Spieth for that?
Yeah, without starting strokes.
Yeah,
35 to 1.
I mean, it just seems possible that he'll gun for everything.
Yeah.
I kind of like that this little game, and I kind of wish we could do that here in California, because I'd be all about this.
Yeah.
I would be throwing some things out there, but in terms of improving the most on their score, just most realistically, because I think Spieth is still like it's more of like a long shot, but hey, I could shoot 12 under for 4 days, and that might be good enough, But if I had to bet on who was going to improve their positioning the most, I think I would lean. I would want to lean on one of the lower guys. I think Tyrrell Hatton would be my most logical, and Sam Burns would be my favorite to take a shot at.
You can get 100 to 1 on any golfer to make a hole in one. I mean, you have to pick one, but you get 100 to 1.
Oh, you have to pick it though. You have to pick one.
Yeah, you got to pick one.
Oh, forget that. I would do it if it was the.
Well, I'll tell you this: that freaking Scheffler and like the top golfers are better value than the bad one than the weaker ones at the same odds.
Although, when is the last time you see it? Like Rory just made his first hole in one on tour. Yeah, like 2 tournaments ago.
I mean, you want to play one of these iron dudes. You want to play like Morikawa or something like that, probably.
Yeah, or maybe Russell Henley or even a Fleetwood actually would probably be a pretty good bet. I mean, if you had to pick one of the guys, yeah, that's a tough one.
And I'll tell you, people were pushing for legalized sports gambling, and people are going to lose freaking zillions with all this stuff. I mean, there's so many ways to degen all these things. It's freaking crazy.
I know, and every odd seems like, oh, well, this could happen.
And if this is no good, we could just play on darts. We could bet on. I can get plus 330 on Michael Van Gerven in the PDC World Darts Championship. I mean, that's got to be good value, right?
Yeah, whatever the hell that means.
I mean, I got to get off the Dirk Van Durgenbody chalk at 25 to 1. You know what I mean? You know who knew about this stuff? You know who's really good at this? What's his name? The Siege. What was his real name? I forget his real name.
Yeah.
He was like a darts guy.
That's so funny.
But here's what the cool thing. Do you know? I mean, there are people, I swear to you, that are probably just like 40% ROI in darts. Like they just know this so well, and they're just really good.
That's wild to me that people can do that. Yeah. I mean, so this is like a bit of a degenerate type of slate, it feels like, but I'm going to be watching anyway, so I'm getting some things out there. I will post all my builds in the or my early builds in the premium Discord. I think that it's, I think it'll be fun enough anyway. And again, yeah, the overall strategy for me is going to be leave money on the table, try to avoid playing as much Scheffler as possible, and Rory for that matter, because I think if you avoid those two, you're going to be way, way different than most of the field already. And that's what I would be trying to do.
I can't believe that I can actually get 8.5 to 1 on the Delhi Capitals in the IPL Cricket League this year. I mean, I've been waiting for this for so long, and I can finally just get this because of DraftKings. So God bless America.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, good luck to everybody this week. I'm going to have to run in just a minute. So good luck. Sorry, it's hard to be more helpful in these kind of tournaments. I think you just sort of go with game theory and try to.
Oh, wait. You know what we're going to do? So this is like DFS day. So we're going to, I presume we're going to be live, and we have the site meeting too.
Yeah.
And as long as we're doing it, I'm going to try to go live at 11 tonight.
Okay. If you're there, I'll be in there.
We'll get our Angel stack home or whoever the latest game.
Whoever is even playing tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a good one, man. I'll see you in a few hours for the live show. Good luck to everybody tonight, and let's make some money.
All right, sounds good. I'll talk to you later.